All right, Joe, here's the scenario that you're going to complete. We hope you won't catastrophically kill everyone in the park, and we'll make sensible and good roller coasters for them.
You're acting as if I've committed these types of things before.
It's not that we're accusing you of something you haven't done yet, even though we technically are, but we just want to see a normal park from you. Nothing that would be considered a war crime for theme parks.
Otherwise, it'll be you that pleads the fifth.
Okay, I get it. You guys think I'm going to make rides that would almost kill the guests. I assure you that everything will be fine.
Well, if you really want to impress us with your construction skills, we'll let you tinker, and when you're done a ride, we'll return to see what you've made.
I'll make the best roller coasters ever. Hey guys, I'm done my first roller coaster. What do you think of it?
Wow, I'm actually impressed you didn't make some monstrous thing. It looks fairly normal and the ratings are pretty standard. I don't say this often, but good job.
I guess we didn't have anything to worry about if this is the baseline for what Joe makes.
Why do I have this weird feeling that we are being sugar-coated here?
You're being paranoid, Bush. I won't make anything that I wouldn't have my grandkids ride.
It's not so much paranoia, it's more of pure delusion and overexerting your abilities.
Well, that didn't take long to dip into insanity.
Joe, you got about 5 fucking seconds to explain this shit before I remote control your PC and Alt F4 this shit.
Hold on a minute, Donald. Yes, this looks insane, but the car ride is never fun and never gets that high in excitement. If I go all out with this, maybe I can bump the ratings up to the point where guests will actually like it and not fall asleep.
Joe does have a point with the car ride. It might not help much, but if it can keep guests interested, it's good to me.
Well, okay, while this looks like something out of a fucking Tim Burton film, if it serves its purpose and pleases the guests, I have no problem with it.
Be sure to keep that in mind the more he makes things.
Are you seriously naming rides after yourself? And why is this one called Joe's Basement?
Because this is my scenario, and I can do whatever I want, and just like my basement, I like to bump with people.
You are one insane motherfucker, Joe. Speaking of insanity, what the fuck are you trying to accomplish with this one?
I wanted to see how far I can push the G's and give these people a whole new experience.
Experience what? Fear and fucking organ rupture?
It's completely safe. When people get on this ride, they will know that any roller coaster will never be as intense as this one was. It sets a bar too high.
I would never want to visit your parks ever.
Oh, of fucking course you go and tick the box where guests ignore intensity, since you know this would be an easy, ultra-extreme coaster.
Lord only knows how fast this is going to get.
Look, they're gonna love this one.
Soon after, the ER will be their fucking permanent home.
With the added bonus of waterboarding.
Oh, so it wasn't quite fast enough to reach the top, eh? How generous of you to provide a chain lift.
You're welcome.
He was being sarcastic, Joe. Of course I wouldn't expect any less from this fucking thing.
It's perfect.
I was right from the start. This is a disaster in the making, and maybe I should have thought ahead to this point where you're making these goddamn death traps all over the place.
I'm making pure golden masterpieces every time, Donald. You just don't see my genius here.
Genius? You? Ha! I've seen more intelligence from the fucking idiots in the courtroom.
Yeah, if I was going to a theme park with my kids and I saw this shit, I'd be wanting a refund, even if I got in free.
This whole thing reminds me of when Action Park was around. If they had the same budget as a Six Flags park, this is exactly what I'd expect.
Once, Joe. For once, could you try and not make rides that will kill everyone?
Nobody's died in my park, Donald. I wouldn't make something if it's going to just crash and kill people.
If I remember correctly, didn't somebody drown in your park? I could have sworn I saw a message where somebody drowned.
Well, if it stays in the video, which it likely won't since it's a small thing, then I likely did. Although the guy shouldn't have walked where I was trying to fix a path I messed up on.
I'm not gonna rip on you for owning all the land to build more stuff, but please, I hope you finally are making a coaster that is good. Like, not what you consider good since you called an ultra-extreme coaster fucking perfect, but what the general consensus agrees is good.
You're just too judgy of me.
Just let him cook, Donald. So far, this is far more normal than what he's made so far.
This must be a miracle since this thing isn't trying to break the sound barrier.
Yeah, it's just a normal fast coaster.
I could definitely see some adrenaline junkies riding this one. I hate Zarbon so much.
He's annoying, but he's harmless.
Joe's finally done it. He made an actual good roller coaster.
Well, what about my dinghy roller coaster? I thought that was pretty good.
Compared to this one, that one isn't nearly as fun or exciting. I'd choose this one over that one, but I would be lying if I said I liked the name of it.
Yeah, something about Joe's licorice screams plain white van with a side sliding door.
Assholes.
I hate to admit it, but even with your fucking horrible roller coasters that would kill any normal human being, you are winning this scenario by a long shot.
I think they add to me winning this thing. I mean, hell, I was awarded the park with the Best Rides Award for having these.
Maybe they're counting the ones that aren't ultra extreme.
I think the next one is for Bush to do, right? I forget what it is.
We're still within the beginning park section, so regardless of what it is, I'll be able to clear it. If it's just making good coasters, I might have it down within half an hour.
You seem super confident about that one, Bush. You sure you're not going to just import pre-made coasters?
Of course I'm confident. It's not that hard to make a good one without breaching the extreme or ultra extreme ratings.
Yeah, he's nowhere near like you, Joe.
And with that, this scenario's done, so.
Well, now it'll be my turn. I shouldn't have a hard time because it's still a beginner park.
You'll do a good job. I have a lot of faith in you.
I'm just curious what you'll make.